And we are back. We've got week 12 of the NFL. We've currently got the Thanksgiving games going. We're live. We've got them in the background. We're talking NFL. We're watching NFL. What a day, Bish. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you?
Yeah, same to you. Yeah, it's great. Like you said, it's a great American occasion. Plenty of football on the TV in perfect hours for the UK. So, yeah, R5 onwards, it's NFL, 3 games. Lovely way to start the weekend.
It is. I'm excited. I enjoy, like I said, sometimes I enjoy watching the full games instead of Red Zone now. I think Red Zone's a lot, but if you get to watch the ebbs and flows, the field, but you actually get to study the field position. And for any fans that are only watching the Red Zone, I'd suggest watching a game maybe elsewhere throughout, and really enjoy all the different technicalities, because it's a lot of it. It's a very different game when you're just not watching Red Zone. You've got stuff flashing up at you every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's a bit better to digest as well. I think Red Zone's perfect for those sort of newbie fans or those that are wanting to get an interest in the game. But once you've got the hang of it, watching the individual games, like you said, you see a little bit more than just the highlights. You see the sort of the chess matches at play and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good way to watch either way, to be honest. But yeah, I like both.
Well, currently, actually, as I'm watching, if you've watched any of our Thanksgiving specials, we did little shorts for them. I've just hit mine, Bish, so I have to drop it in because it's the first time I've been able to probably show off this season. I've just hit mine for the Detroit Lions game. Jameer Gibbs has got over, and Bish, David Montgomery is just back in, so it looks like you might be hitting yours as well. So let's hope for a nice double on Thanksgiving Thursday.
Yeah, that would be a good start. He was 6 yards short and he went off with an ankle injury. So I'm just praying he can have maybe 1 or 2 more carries just to get over that mark, and then he can go sit back on the sideline.
4-yard carry, Bish, so you'll be getting ever closer. I'd be checking. But we're talking about week 12. We're talking about NFL Sunday, Bish. Take us through your first bet.
My first one is CJ Stroud over 273.5 passing yards. And it's a big game. You know, the Texans v the Jags, 1-2 in the AFC South. The Jags with a 1-game lead. They're 7-3, and the Texans are 6-4. But you know, everyone's starting to talk about CJ Stroud. I'll just drop in. The Punt was speaking about him a couple of weeks before everyone else, and they're finally caught up. But you know, he's an unbelievable rookie. He's had a great start to his season, and you know that. He's just setting the league on fire. You know, he's the second in pass yards per game. They're averaging 297 a game. And then on the flip side, the Jags secondary, well, their pass defense is ranked 29th in the league. So, you know, they can be beat throwing the ball. CJ is hit this six out of 10 times this season, including week 3 in the rematch. Well, in the first match against the Jags, they're on the end of a 37-17 loss, but he threw for 280 yards there. But I think most importantly for us is he's hit this line in his last 3 games. So, you know, he's found his feet. He's getting better as the league goes on, and he's got some unbelievable weapons. You know, if one doesn't turn up, you know, the next one does. But Tank Dell is having an unbelievable rookie year. So I think this game's got a bit of a shootout on the cards. So I think this could be a good game to watch, but you know, a high throwing yardage game. So yeah, CJ Stroud over 273.5 passing yards.
I won't give my thoughts too much on this, Bish, because I might have a related one later. So no, but I like the bet. It's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be an absolute shootout. So yeah, I'm in it with you. I think everything's suggesting these two teams that have going to go at it and needing playoff wins really to get them in there, get them safely in the playoffs. And obviously not a rivalry as such, but obviously they always seem to have very good close games, as you said earlier, these two teams. So yeah, I'm at it. And CJ Stroud, how good has he been? So yeah, brilliant way to just get the Sunday going, Bish.
Yeah, nice tasty one.
I'll take you through my one. I've got a different game. This is in the Pittsburgh versus the Cincinnati Bengals game. I've got Jaylen Warren touchdown and Pittsburgh to win minus 1.5. But easy one for Pittsburgh. They need to get their offense going. I think this is the game they will. Jaylen Warren's been unbelievable. I think it's time to give him the rock, as they say. He's been getting. Did you watch a bit of the Pittsburgh highlights
Yeah,
from?
last week.
It was all Jaylen Warren. The only bit of offense they provided was Jaylen Warren just looking unbelievable. Najee Harris slowly getting probably left behind here. Jaylen Warren's taking over. Kenny Pickett's struggling. But obviously on the Cincinnati side, Joe Burrow's no more. They've got high hopes with this backup QB, and I always doubt their first game back, Bish. I think backup QBs, it normally takes them a game or two to get back into the systems, be about the game. Obviously, you've got the nerves of it all. And I think traditionally, when I've watched it, the backup QBs normally take a game or two and then they get the confidence going from there. So I think Pittsburgh have got enough to pull this one away. They've got obviously a very good defense, very good pass rush, which I think is going to scare a QB that's not got loads of experience. And yeah, I think Pittsburgh will just pick this one, and we'll see Jaylen Warren go wild because they'll have to start giving him the ball even more than they did last week.
Yeah, I think the biggest news coming out of Pittsburgh is they've sacked the offensive coordinator, Matt Canada. And, this might be something to do with it. I think a lot of people have been calling, or a lot of people have seen that Jaylen Warren just needs to be more involved. He's, like you said, he's surpassed Najee, I think. And, it's his time now. He's looking explosive and dangerous with the ball. And as you said, Pittsburgh, they're very, well, I called them frauds earlier on in the year, but, they're picking up the wins. They win those close games. A rookie quarterback for the Bengals. You've got TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. That pass rush is unreal. So it'll be a big test for that rookie stepping up. And it's a good shout. Pittsburgh win ugly games, so this has the signs of an ugly game.
When I saw that, when I saw it was only minus 1.5, I thought, well, I think they're going to win. It'll be an ugly game, but minus 1.5, it's obviously less than a field goal. And I think they'll pull it off with probably a field goal or maybe 4 or 5 points, depending on how things go. I think there'll be a lot of field goals in this game. A lot of people struggling to get a touchdown, as we've seen from Pittsburgh, and obviously without Joe Burrow, I think Bengals will have a long day at the office. So yeah, it's going to be a scrappy one, but hopefully Pittsburgh can get us the win on this one, Bish.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Take us through your second.
Rolling into my second one, it's again the win with a prop. It's the Chiefs to win, and Isaiah Pacheco over 66.5 rushing yards. And just breaking this one down, obviously the Chiefs 7-3, not as invincible as previous years. Coming off that loss to the Eagles last week, they had chances to win it. Marcus Valdez-Scantling dropped a game winner late on. Mahomes' red zone interception as well. So, little things are not quite going their way at the minute, but they're coming up against the Raiders. Again, another divisional game, so it will be a tough game. But, the Raiders, they had that bounce of the step-in coach of Pierce coming in, 1-2 on the bounce, ran the Dolphins close last week, but come up with a loss there. And I just think, although the Chiefs maybe not firing on all cylinders, I think they just have enough to get past the Raiders in this game. And just on to Pacheco, he's they've not really run the ball well, the Chiefs, but I think now they're starting to lean on it a little bit. With Mahomes' weapons not being all that, or not being as explosive in previous years, I think they're really leaning on that. And he's had 2 really good games either side of the bye. Last week against the Eagles, he had 19 carries, 80 plus yards, and he was going for over 4.5 yards a carry, running really hard, hitting holes. He looked really good. And coming up against the Raiders run D, it's 27th in the league. So, it's towards the bottom end. They're giving up over 130 yards a game. And the last 4 out of 5 games for the Raiders, at least one running back has hit over this mark. The Lions had 2 go over, and it was just the Jets who didn't have a running back go over. But I think this is a get-right game for the Chiefs. I don't think they've ever lost back-to-back games. And under Mahomes and Reed, and yeah, I think they can get their sort of attack going by running the ball, and I'm liking Pacheco at the minute. So Chiefs to win, and Isaiah Pacheco over 66.5 rushing yards.
Gembish, you've wowed us with all the stats there. I think you're right. The only thing I'll say, which compliments you, is that I love the memes of Isaiah Pacheco. It makes me laugh because It's like he's tumbling, he's rushing, he's hitting, and it's his running style's a very interesting one. It's not glamorous, is it? But
No.
gets the job done. It's tough. It's very, very hard what he's doing. He gets through. I don't think the offensive line is brilliant at rush blocking, but the getting going, and Pacheco certainly earns every yard he gets. And I'm sure you'll see videos every weekend on Twitter if you're looking over Pacheco doing some crazy run where he gets through about 3 potential tackles.
Yeah, that's it. He takes some stopping. He takes some bodies with him.
I'll take you through my second one, Bish. It is in the LA Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals game. I've got a touchdown double. I didn't go treble because I didn't want to steal Tag's thunder, but I've got Kyren Williams and James Conner both getting a touchdown in this game. Kyren Williams, his first game back, had a brilliant start to the season. He was on fire, Bish. He's in my fantasy team, so I might be a bit biased here. But I think he's guaranteed a touchdown. They've been missing that offensive weapon. Darrell Henderson didn't quite do it in the rush game, and the others they brought in certainly didn't either. They've been waiting for Kyren to come back, and I think they need to give it one last go here. They've got a couple more weeks to really have a go at maybe getting the wild card spot in the playoffs, and it's going to be on the back of Kyren Williams running the ball a lot. And obviously Arizona Cardinals, they're having a good go, Bish, aren't they? I think, I don't know, there's always the argument against them tanking or not and going for that number one and getting a new quarterback, but I don't know. I like what they're doing. It's been good the last couple of weeks. It's been certainly interesting. What do you think, Bish? I think if they get the offense going, James Conner's guaranteed a touchdown. If not, obviously that's probably the risky side of it. But I think Arizona can do it and get James Conner in that red zone and get him going.
Yeah, I think tanking is harder than it sounds because obviously it's an organization decision, but as a player, these players have very short lives. It's not like English sport contracts that you can't really sack someone out of contract. Here, you could sign a contract and get cut the next day. So although the goal might be to tank, if you put your best athletes out there, they're going to perform to their best ability. So, and like you said, Kyler Murray's back, James Conner is back, Kyren Williams is back, like you said, from an injury. I think Kyren Williams might get it in the passing game, if I'm honest. Darrell Henderson got waived. Royce Freeman has come in. I think he'll be the goal line back, but I think Kyren Williams has proved he's very good all round. He'll be a good addition to that Rams attack. And James Conner is usually very good, isn't he? I think it was his first game back last week, so maybe a bit of rust. But yeah, I expect to see him rushing over. I think Kyler Murray nicked a goal line touchdown last week, so yeah, I'd expect James Conner to be taking those carries this week.
Yeah, appreciate the backup, Bish. It should actually be quite an interesting game. I'm quite excited to watch this one. Like you said, both teams that have had their ups and downs this year. Obviously, Arizona, especially LA Rams, Bish. Obviously, you know it more than most. They've been very unpredictable, depending on Cooper Kupp being in, depending on Matt Stafford being in. But now they've got Kyren back, I think they're just going to lean heavy into the rush game and get it going. Take your third bet, Bish.
And my third one is a bit of I think maybe this is a risky one. I'm a bit ahead of my time here, but I'm going Khalil Shakir over 29.5 receiving yards, the Bills wide receiver. And, the Bills have got the Eagles this week. The Bills got their get right game last week, smoked the Jets, built a bit of confidence, and they're in a sticky patch at the minute. It's, there's not many games left. They've got a tough schedule, and they're chasing the Dolphins. They're after those playoff spots. And as we've seen against the Eagles, you can't beat them on the ground. They're the number one ranked team on the ground. You can't run on them. You've got to throw on them. But they are very beatable. They're ranked 28th against the pass. That's the weakness if they do have a weakness. I've spoke about it earlier. Marquez Valdez-Scantling got behind them very late in the game and just dropped the winner for Chiefs. And Khalil Shakir is a player of sort of that nature. He's very speedy, very agile. I think he can find holes in this secondary. And the last sort of 5 weeks, he's been getting more and more involved for the Bills. And he's actually hit this line in the last 4 of those 5 weeks. Last week was I'd call it his breakout game. 115 yards off three receptions. So he's not going to give you a massive amount of receptions, but the ones that he does get, they're going to be explosive. They're going to be big plays. So this could potentially only take 1 catch, and we've hit it. I'm gonna guesstimate, and I'm gonna say it's going to take him 2 catches. But if he gets those 2, I think we cover this quite comfortably in a game that I think they're going to need to score points to keep up with the Eagles, so they're going to have to throw the ball. So yes, Khalil Shakir over 29.5 receiving yards.
Completely with you, Bish. I think we've been saying week on week, haven't we, how someone else has to step up in this Buffalo Bills offense. And like you said, Shakir has been. Obviously, yeah, I'm all with you. The cornerback group of Eagles isn't the best. They're a lot worse than they were, especially in the last couple of years, where it's been actually a massive strength of theirs. That deep ball, Bish. As you said, 3 out of 4 weeks. I'm surprised it's so low. He only has to catch, like you said, 1 catch. This is not one way you watch it build up and up and up, and you see it tick along, and you get happy as you see it rising. This is, he's done it now. There's no way you can get minus unless he does a lot of runarounds and they catch him every time. So it's not, you know what I mean. You're not worried on that like I did the quarterback rushing or anything else. So yeah. 1 catch, Bish, and we'll be hopefully cashing in our first bet of the week on that one.
Yeah, well, that's the risk. It's just 1 player that we need, but he doesn't get a lot. Like I said, he averages around 3 catches a game. It's just that 1 play. We need no penalties, no pass interference, and he can just nail that catch. So fingers crossed.
Like I said, especially if the Eagles take an early lead, or if it's a really close game and it's getting really tight. Josh Allen, player like Shakir suits him very well. If that game's tight, he'll start looking downfield. He's a gun-ho quarterback, way too risky at times. But I think we'll see a couple in a very tight, obviously, game that has a lot of implications going into the playoffs.
I hope so.
Yeah. My final one, the classic, the Bet365 Bet Boost. As I mentioned, similar to yours, Bish, but I've got a bit more added because I saw it and I totally agreed with yours. CJ Stroud and Trevor Lawrence, both over 250 passing yards. That's individually. And obviously both teams to score 20 plus points. This is going to be some game. Obviously, we've got Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans going at it. Both don't have groundbreaking defenses, but both are very good offenses. Trevor Lawrence, up and down, Bish, as you famously say throughout the whole year. It's been an up and down year for T-Law. They have to start getting it going. He has in certain games. If they were in London, Bish, I think this would be a cert. But otherwise, he has to get things going. And CJ Stroud, as you mentioned, hits this on the daily at the moment with how he's been playing. So yeah, I think there'll be a lot of points. It should be the game of the week. I'm excited to watch this again on YouTube and watch all the highlights and action because I think there'll be a lot happening. And if both teams don't score 20 points, I'll be incredibly shocked. Whether T-Law hits that 250 passing yards, for me, that's the riskier part. But I think there'll be a lot of offense to watch here and a lot of highlights. And what a great game this will be on Sunday evening.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, with my first bet, I was looking at both quarterbacks. I think the line on this one is over. I think it's 47.5 for the points, and I was thinking of the overs. So the previous game was 37-17. That was CJ Stroud's 3rd game in the NFL. Like I said, he's got his feet under him now. I expect him to get at least 20 points. So yeah, I'm liking this one very much. Again, T-Law, I believe he hit 250 in the previous first game as well. So everything points to this being a high scoring game and plenty of passing. So yeah, fingers crossed on this one.
Let's go, Bish. Yeah, normally that Bet365, they normally chuck one in that I think's unlikely, but I go with it because it's a good bet and it's always a bit of fun. But these, I can see all 3 of these happening, not comfortably because it's still high numbers, but I can see all these happening. If they were individual bets and you put them in, Bish, I'd be happy with him. So I thought, well, I'm taking that bet 365. Let me take your money.
Yeah, lovely. Maybe that's another one out there as well. Just on a side note, if you're liking them, back them individually, and then put bang on this bet boost as well. So you're covering all bases there.
All right, that's how a proper gambler does it, not me. Just that's how a proper. Bish, take us through Tag's touchdown treble.
Tag's touchdown treble. He's gone all out this week. He's gone. Sorry, let me just find it. Here we go. He's gone. Will Levis of the Tennessee Titans, the quarterback. Tutu Atwell, the Rams wide receiver, and Cade Otton, the Buccaneers tight end. So I'm again, the odds will be out on Sunday. We'll put it up on our socials, but I'm expecting the biggest odds of the season on this one.
Same. I like it. I'd love to. Hey, if we can get some reasoning on these ones, a bit of insight into Tag Sports. I understand that Rams one. You know what I mean? Well, he's not the red zone man, but he is a good receiver, and with obviously my brain's going Cooper Kupp. With Cooper Kupp being out of the game, I believe someone else has to get them receiving touchdowns, because I think it'll be a gung-ho game, as I said earlier. Will Levis and Cade Otton, let's have fun. If it comes in, it's party time for us all, Bish, and we're driving to Hull to hoist Tag on the shoulders, and we're all partying that night.
Yeah, that's it. I asked him on the Will Levis one, and he said his thoughts were they'll be close to the line. Everyone will expect the Derrick Henry crash over a bit of play action, and he just walks in untouched. So that's that one. Tutu Atwell, I think that's he's got a chance. A bit like Khalil Shakir, he's a deep ball threat. The Cardinals got done last week by Tank Dell. Again, CJ Stroud ripping him apart. So, maybe we can replicate that. And Cade Otton I think his last big tight end game, he got 2 touchdowns earlier on in the year against a similar opposition, against a tight end. They're ranked roughly in the same area. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can hit this one. A bit more unexpected than previous trebles, but any given Sunday.
And if it comes off, Bish, as he says, he's probably up on the year on this one. He'll be up double on the year, so let's have some fun, and hopefully it comes in. But Bish finishes off. It's been exciting. Obviously, we've got games going on now. Game on Friday. Got games all week. It's going to be a big NFL weekend. Give us your thoughts and give us your ending comments.
Yeah, it's outstanding. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday games. So 4 or 5. I can't count, but a lot of days of games there. So plenty of action coming your way. But yeah, please, the Punt NFL YouTube. If you subscribe, you won't miss any footage coming out. We're on all the socials. My throat's gone dry. I don't know why, but we're on all the socials. We've got stuff coming out every day. Best bets are coming out. Again, we'll have tags up at the weekend, and stay peeled for that. And obviously, we've got the fantasy talk on there as well, which is coming to the business end of the year. Some big matchups this weekend, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, any best bets out there, get them in the comments. We'd like to see them in the comments, and or if anyone wants to throw in some touchdown trebles or touchdown doubles, get them in there, and we can discuss them over the weekend.
Yeah, I think we've been getting more views, Bish, haven't we? We've had some comments, but let's get some other bets in. The one thing we don't seem to be getting from viewers is their bets. Let's have it. Let's see you. We hold ourselves accountable. Get your comments in, and let's all have some fun. And I'll get on yours. Hopefully, you get on mine. Don't do it yet. Let me get a bit of a thing. You get on Bish's, and let's all have some fun. But let's see some others' bets. Let's dive in it, because I'm doing bad. Let's see how everyone else is doing.
Yeah, shout out to James on X, who's he threw in an extra one in Tag's touchdown treble a few weeks ago. He threw in Odell Beckham Jr., who actually landed a touchdown as well. So yeah, thanks for James to putting that one on the comments. But yeah, we like to get them in. We want to see others get them in.
Brilliant. All good, Bish. I'm excited. Full night ahead, full Friday, full Sunday. It's all on. So enjoy your NFL weekend, Bish, and I'm sure I'll be messaging you all throughout if we're doing well. If not,
You'll be quiet. Yeah, that way. Yeah, already with the Lions going down.
Yeah, I know it's a tough. I was going to put a knacker on with all the Lions Cowboys and who's the other team?
49ers.
49ers. I was just going to do easy wins. I'm happy I didn't now. So
good job.
Good start. I've already landed on my first one, so let's hope a big day ahead.
Yep, let's tick them off.
See you, Bish.
See you later.